It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for Randominity with the Random Kristian Show. If you're not watching us live, listen to us on Good Pods. Today on the Random Kristian Show, we welcome comedian Andrea Woodfolk. The Random Kristian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neil Broadus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. Intro music is provided by The Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify or at deadcampers.com. Next week on the Random Kristian Show is guitarist and bassist for the Steve Miller Band, Kenny Lee Lewis. With us as always is the voice in our heads, Matt. My name is Andy, and now here's your host, Kristian Random.
It is. It's me.
That's you.
I'm right here. Hi.
That's
Hello. And welcome to the show. Yes, it is Tuesday.
I'm so proud of us for pushing play on this one. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Well, you know, we did fall right into our time slot that we always four-ish somewhere. Somewhere around
that's our
5-ish Eastern time.
We own the 4-ish time slot. That's what we do. That's
vaguely around 4 o'clock is when we own everything. So welcome to it, kids. Glad to have you here with us. Yes, we'd like to thank Good Pods for letting us be on their platform. And it's a great platform. It's just a fun way. You get to see other people's stuff that they're listening to and whatnot. And of course, the Colonel from the Advisor page with his wee beady eyes. Yeah. And our good friends at the Dead Campers. We love these guys. Make sure you check them out. Also, if you are watching us, like, follow, subscribe, review, listen in, tell your friends, tell a buddy. Why not? Just tell random people.
Chat with us.
Walking down the street. Hey, you've been listening to this? It's the Random Kristian Show. Check it out. But don't get hurt.
Don't get violent. Don't be be nice about it. Yeah.
Yes, be cool.
Say, hey, buddy, you heard about the Random Kristian Show?
Yeah, buddy. So anyway, well, Andrew, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
What?
I said, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. You phased out on me for a little bit.
I did.
Yeah, you hiccuped.
Or you just ignored me as.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yes, no. I know.
Hey, all is well in my little corner of the universe.
Yes.
So everything's
wonderful.
Everything's rolling just fine. How are you? How was your first day back at work? Was it weird?
This leg that you can't really see, but it hurts a lot.
The good leg, right?
No, the bad leg hurts a lot.
Oh, okay.
It's just the muscles are very sore. They're very angry, and I did a lot of walking, and at the end of the day, my leg was kind of spasming with pain. So
gotcha.
Yeah. But no, it was good to be back at work, and people actually missed me, and so there we go. Because the only way to keep the lights on here is to work, because nobody's sponsoring the show. Well, maybe Muddy River Tactical.
Oh,
if you see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, Muddy River Tactical. They are an internet-based custom holster and gun supply store that great bunch of guys, Brett and a couple of the other guys down there do a great job, and really cool stuff. So make sure you check them out. Muddy River Tactical on the interweb, muddyrivertactical.com. Also, we are talking with a company, little coffee company.
Oh.
In fact, let me savor some of these delicious Oh, PJ's coffee.
Invented the shameless plug portion of the show.
Pretty much, yeah. Where's yours? Oh, too good to put it on your own mug, huh? I gotcha.
Well,
yeah.
Sorry,
Thanks for the support, Andrew. This is what it's all about.
My 9 to 5 provided that one. So.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah,
they
would know if I covered that logo. Trust me.
there's a
they would know. Yeah, they would know. I would get a call from my supervisor saying, "Hey, why'd you put a sticker over the logo?"
What's that? What's that about? What are you doing?
It's like, yeah, we can't see you anymore. Like, what?
You've been removed from the interweb. What's going on?
Right.
Oh my God. So yes, if PJ's Coffee, we are actually in talks with them about possibly promoting and sponsoring the show. So hopefully that comes to fruition, but that would be awesome. It's just a small cog in the great scheme of things. So if you've got an interweb business or something like that, make sure to check us out, therandomchristianshow.com. Shoot us an email and say, hey, I want to be a part of this big show. We can give you this really cool little something like this. And then I could talk in my professional radio voice about your business.
We will shamelessly promote your product.
Oh God, we will be slutty.
We have zero shame. If you give us money, there's nothing we wouldn't do for you.
Wait a minute. My name's on the show.
Come on. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy.
You haven't received $1 yet from either of the two companies that you mentioned.
No, it's true.
And look how far you went.
Yeah, I'm pretty whorish. I'm not gonna lie. So, speaking of which, and whorish things, let's just go ahead and open up the chat right now, because I know there's a couple people out there that just want to join in and start talking with us.
That's right.
But yeah. So anyway, it's been a great week. Oh, and by the way, Andrew, and I know not everybody has seen this, but Andy likes to post little random things on the interweb that are very funny and entertaining. There was one this weekend about which I fully enjoyed, and I'm pretty sure you enjoyed my response. About the bathroom cookie.
Yeah, so we go to so down here there's a Jersey Mike's and a Carl's Jr. For those of you on the other side of the country, this is the Hardee's, right? But there's a Jersey Mike's and a Carl's Jr. that are connected that share a restroom, right? So we're eating at Jersey Mike's before my son's soccer game, and my son has to go to the bathroom. So we take him in there, and there's a perfectly wrapped, still in the plastic from Carl's Jr. chocolate chip cookie on the sink, right? And like, it's wrapped, it's still in the cellophane, so it's probably still really good, right?
Yeah.
But it's a bathroom cookie.
It's a bathroom cookie.
So
what's actually in the bathroom cookie?
Do you take the bathroom cookie? Question. If it's wrapped, it's still fine, right? Clearly not. That got me thinking, is there a camera that's looking to see who's stupid enough to take the bathroom cookie?
Oh, right? Because, maybe they were doing something like this with the bathroom cookie.
So then I started like looking around to see if there was anything that could be up in the walls or something. And then after several minutes of taking way too long, debating on whether or not I should have taken the bathroom cookie.
And everybody's wondering where you've been.
Right. I took a picture of the bathroom cookie and left it. So I don't know the fate of the bathroom cookie. It could still be there.
So after all this time of debating what to do and what is this bathroom cookie there for, you just left it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be the one guy that
security cameras picked up saying, I got the bathroom cookie.
Look. That guy who comes into Jersey Mike's all the time, he got the cookie. That's so great.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because, they'd all be like, can I take your order?
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly.
We're kind of surprised to see you back so soon.
I'm no longer Andy D at Carl's Jr. or Jersey Mike's. I am bathroom cookie guy. And that's the last thing that I want to be.
I don't know. That might be That might be a good title.
I feel
Welcome
bad
to the Bathroom Cookie Guy Show.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you know what? All right. There we go. I think I'm gonna change my name to Bathroom Cookie. I think that's what I'm gonna be from now on. So.
There you go. Ooh,
yeah.
That'd be that'd be kind of fun.
Right.
So yeah, but anyway, I thought yeah. Well,
your response to it was hilarious. So if you want to read Kristian's response to it, find me on Facebook.
Yeah, Andy Drake, and look him up, and then look for that Bathroom Cookie, because we had a lot of fun with that.
Oh, that was so great. Your response. My wife laughed for at least 5 minutes over your response.
Really?
Oh my God, she was dying. Yeah. So,
well, that's awesome, because that's been my thing lately, is responding as in the most obscure and convoluted ways as possible to people's random posts on the old interweb. So, speaking of which, that would lead us right into our random news of insanity.
I got to get us a news sounder.
Yeah, something. Oh, by the way, did I mention I found this? Yeah, that's right. We got a ticker now.
That's cool.
Yeah. Which will come in handy later, because at the end of the show, I have a little rant that I'm going to do. It'll just be me, and it's just going to be me talking about something that's kind of irked me and got me fired up. So I'm going to do that, but I don't want to take anything away from Andrea Woodfolk, our comedian that will be on the show here shortly. Yes, I get it. But I wanted to bring up some of our little random news. So let me hit the old share screen here.
There we go.
Yeah. Why isn't there? Because I hit the wrong button. So there's the share screen button right there, and these are little random news, weird stories that I found throughout the week, and brought them up. And so now we're going to talk about them, because it's my show and that's what I do. So, and so there. So this one was about hot air balloon crashes, hits train in Burlington. This is up in Wisconsin. It was let's see, they were talking about, it's supposed to have the headline that they gave me. Burlington police say 3 adults on board suffered injuries. The balloon went down from, wow, this did not play out the way I wanted it to. It was a northern bound Canadian national train. So thank goodness for their free healthcare. Yeah, moving on. See, this is why you need the soundboard, so you can
right. Yeah, that was a sad trombone if I ever heard it.
Yeah, or maybe. Oh, there. See,
I think I need to find the awkward, uncomfortable laugh sound.
that might be a whole lot better, because there's only so much of this that you can hear. Yeah. So now this one, there is a video, and I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe I can. No, I can't enlarge it. But on here,
sounds like a personal problem.
There's a Viagra. There's a woman dancing on top of a car in the middle of an intersection. It says, "Women charged with misconduct after stopping traffic to dance on Schillinger Road." Well, now everyone in Mobile knows that you get to dance. You go to the Slauson Cutoff. You get out of your car. What do? You cut off your Slauson. And then you boogie, oogie, woogie till you just can't boogie no more. And that was just a little nod to Johnny Carson and all that.
I like it, though. I like it. Yeah. That's good.
This one I thought was interesting. Doctors transplant a 3D printed ear made of human cells. Okay. Why am I hearing? Wow.
Why can't you hear with your 3D printed ear, you mean?
Probably a far better question at this point.
Shame on them for not making it look like a Vulcan ear from Star Trek. Like, I mean,
dude, oh my gosh.
If you're gonna 3D print an ear, why not go all in and just go full nerd? Go full nerd. Yeah.
So, yes. So they've replanted and, they reprinted this year. They were rebuilding the tissue, which was what they were very proud of. And I was just thinking, in rebuttal, Kleenex said that they've never heard of such a thing and that their tissues are still the strongest.
Right, of course. Yes.
Okay, moving on. Okay. Why is we're still hearing some kind of weird news story? Hold on, let me.
There. You okay over there?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but I
can't hear it.
Okay, good. Then it's just me.
All I'm getting is the awkward silence.
Oh, beautiful. Well, then, here, let me give you that. There's some awkward silence.
There we go. All right.
So,
way to go.
Marion County Sheriff's man sought after AR-15 piggy bank stolen from Ocala home. Okay, which ironically, the owner was a collector of rare explosives, and the piggy bank was actually a bomb from World War II, disguised to look like a pig. The thief was found later at a hospital missing an arm. Bumps.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah. Now this one, I hope there's people that are going to watch this because the picture is worth 1,000 words on this one. Police de-escalate confrontation with suspect who live streamed incident at Westlake Hotel. They were very proud of, they were applauding their training, equipment, and professionalism after officers responded to the Holiday Inn Express for a man who refused to leave the property. Now, of course, the officers were actually from the department's cover band that happened to be performing at the bar across the street. They did recruit the lead singer or the man to play bass as a lead singer. He had that punk edge that we were really looking for.
It is a very rock star photo right there.
It is full on rock
really
star.
Is. No, you really got to go for it.
Reminds me of a producer director I know. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that one there and wait for the smartass comment to be typed over my computer here shortly. Let's see. Oh, this one's a beauty. Colorado becomes the first state to ban anonymous sperm egg donations. All right.
I can get behind this.
Yeah. Well, this has also sparked an investigation into closing the websites on Tinder for their Netflix and chill page.
Oh, God.
There. That one got it. That one.
A little bit.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what? Where's yours, Andy? Where's that?
So I don't, unfortunately, I don't have a visual aid, but I will recount the headline here. So this came across my Twitter feed, and which says probably a lot about my Twitter feed. I
was gonna say.
So here's the headline: Spanish porn star Nacho Vidal, who likes to advertise his aromatic candles shaped like male genitalia on Twitter, has been arrested on manslaughter charges following a man's death during a mystic ritual in which he inhaled psychedelic toad venom. So very rarely do you read a headline which just gets worse and worse with every word that you read.
It's kind of like this show. The longer it's on, the slower and lower it goes. So,
and I felt like I got everything I needed from that headline. I did not need to investigate further. That was
no, but it just goes to show that no matter who you are, you don't get hopped up on psychedelic toads.
Hopped up. I see what you did there.
It's totally not worth it.
Hopped up.
Totally not worth it. Totally not worth it.
Oh, wow.
All right. No, nothing.
No.
There's a little. No.
All right.
That was pretty sad. Okay. We'll move on. Kind of like that story should have moved on. All right. Now this one I thought was great because I'm old. And Boozers Boost. Older boozers recover faster from surgery than teetotalers, the new study reveals. Oddly enough, the study also discovered that the patients in the study suffered from memory loss after too many drinks, which made them ramble to whoever was near and caused them to pass out, explaining the lack of stress and seemingly increased social life. So, yeah.
All right.
Nah, nothing. Nah.
Let's top 9 it.
Back to okay. No, I got my Elvis one.
Okay.
Elvis. All right. So Elvis weddings aren't leaving Las Vegas. Report says after cracking down on some Las Vegas chapels, the licensing company that controls Elvis Presley's name and image is reportedly looking to cut a deal. Now, this comes after they realized that due to the age gap of the vastly popular musician, there were more Vanilla Ice impersonators replacing Elvis as the other white guy that stole black music. And
Heyo.
All right. Heyo. Okay, we'll stop the share screen right there.
All right.
Maybe. Yeah, we can go back to this now. No, maybe just a little.
We'll do it live.
Oh, we're doing it live. We are.
We'll do it live.
We are doing it live. And so
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yeah, listen to Bill. We're doing it live. Got it. All right. So now that we've moved on, yeah, this is rambly. I know. I love you, Matt. So now are we ready for our new and improved? Yeah, that's what it is. Well, this is why you need the soundboard. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Yeah. Because that sounder means it's time for our random 9 list. That's right. New and improved. No more 12 top list things. It is 9 random things that we rant and make fun of. And so today, 9 random reasons. We are returning to work is like a heartbreak. Okay? 9 random reasons returning to work is like heartbreak. So, to help us out with our list, we'd love to let you see and hear and talk with our host, our guest, Miss Andrea Woodfolk, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
Yay! Hey, guys.
Andrea, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. So I want to ask you a question before we get into the random 9 list. What would you have done with the bathroom cookie?
No.
Well, I was listening and I thought it was a poo-poo cookie. And I thought it was a little
okay. All right.
They should have called it the poo-poo cookie.
Right.
No, yeah. Andy. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a poo-poo cookie.
Okay. I totally agree. Even though it was still in the saran wrap and yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I wanted to make sure for me that I did the right thing. So thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. I feel better. Now I can move on with the show. All right.
Yes, move on. Let it go. Move on.
I'm good. Okay. Thank you.
So, that being said, the bathroom cookie debate is hello, Ronald Phoenix. Hello. Ronald's joining us in our live chat, which you can as well if you are out there listening and watching the show. We've brought in Miss Andrea to talk about and start us off with our number 9 reason returning to work is just like heartbreak. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is my thing, right? Number 9. No judgment. There's no judgment zone. So I've been late. I'm late on my car note, right? And the only address my repo man has is my work address. So
yeah. Right. Oh no.
That deserves one of those. There it is.
Oh wow.
That's No, that hits it right on the head. That actually kind of, that one can actually hurt a little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, Andy. Andy, what's number 8? What's our number 8
number
reason returning to work is like heartbreak?
Like when you actually do the math and realize how much you make an hour, you find out how much you are worth to your employer. And you can subscribe an actual dollar amount to your life and your existence. Sometimes that dollar amount doesn't necessarily represent how you feel you're doing in life.
Yeah. And
and
then you do one of these. There it is.
Exactly.
Give a little Wilhelm scream. Just sitting at your desk and you're just like, no, I'm worth 50 cents an hour. And hello, Nicole Haynes. Thank you for joining us. Number 7, reasons returning to work is like heartbreak. It is the truest form of the walk of shame that there is. Yeah, I'm just saying it right there.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrid. Just this morning, walking back in, I had my head down, swiped my badge on the door, and guess what? I had been off work for so long, it had kicked me out of the system.
Oh man,
I actually worried for a second. I'm like, oh great, I'm fired.
Yeah, it's awesome. Automatically, when my badge never worked at my job, the first thing that went through my head, it's like, did I get fired and nobody told me? Like, like undue stress for the 3 seconds before it actually finally worked, you know?
Yeah. Well, and then you have to hit the button, which is another part of the walk of shame. You're like, ding dong, and all of a sudden, of course, everybody's got to have fun with, oh, we don't want you here no more. Like, okay, just buzz the door. Let me in, please. I can turn around and go home right now. I promise you.
Right.
All right, Andrea, let's hear number 6. The reasons returning to work is like heartbreak.
Okay, so number 6. Again, no judgment, right?
Right.
No judgment.
No judgment. Judgment-free zone.
Okay. Yeah, judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
Returning, it's heartbreak because it's hard to tell your boss DIY when they only speak Spanish. They don't speak English.
Oh, yeah.
So, you find yourself saying see, and you really don't mean see. You mean no. Like, do it yourself.
Right. And they just sit there and they give you that look like, what?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's horrible. I know. The worst part is when they totally know English, but yet they just into whatever language they want to.
What is that?
Right.
You no longer speak the Français.
See.
Then you just turn it around on them. Nine's a French. 9 French. We speak German. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. No, that's right. Now we go back to Russia. Okay. Let's see. Number 5. Andy's got number 5.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
when you finally show up to work after you've been gone a long time and nobody realized you were gone. Like you were just right. Like, hey, that was you today, Kristian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, yeah. Like you show up and nobody's. Oh, hey, we missed you. Like, hey, where were you this whole time? Like, how'd surgery go? Are you okay? Like, hey, Kristian, you're great. No, come back here. We have this problem that you need to handle right away.
Yeah.
And so,
where have you been? You're the only one who knows how to do this.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I've just been waiting for this to fall apart so I could show back up to work. And,
yeah.
Yeah. No, actually it was what was funny was I had people saying, hey, nice to see you. And there's some new people working there.
Oh, yeah, that's always weird.
So they're just like, who are you? And I'm like, well, sad for you to understand, I'm your boss.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So you asking me this means I'm docking you pay for wasting company time. All right, now get back to work. So yes, which brings us to where were we? Number
4?
Number 4, yeah, because you did 5, which was Cinco to some bosses, right? Cinco or
Cinco.
yeah.
Cinco.
Moving on to numero cuatro. No matter how much you plead and promise, they still say no. No. Yeah.
Right.
Please, I don't know. No. Okay. I'll get back to work now. All right.
I know. Yeah, you slowly get back into the feel of work, and you realize just how awful of an environment it is. Like completely downgrading. Like, oh, this is hey, I might need to take a little extra time to get back in. No.
Oh no, got that this morning. I was sitting there clearing out emails from not being at work for 3 months. Right. You might want to get back out there now and start doing something. Well, I was trying to get caught up on some of this, and you don't need to do that right now. Just get out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on it. Yeah, that was that. And by the way, just anybody who's in any kind of position where you have somebody above you telling you something to do that you either don't want to do or they're telling you to do it wrong. 2 letters. Okay. just say okay. And then go on, do what you were gonna do, finish doing what you're doing, or do what they told you to do, but do it the right way. And they'll see,
yeah,
told you. You're like, yep, okay.
There's a
really here now.
Really funny movie with Christina Applegate that I think came out in the late 90s or early 2000s, which was "Don't Tell Moms the Babysitter is Dead."
Oh,
and she says her like okay was "I'm right on top of that, Rose." So I would say that in the office whenever I got a stupid thing from my from my boss, right on top of that, Rose.
and only you and like 3 other people knew exactly what you were talking about.
Right. So. Well, the first time I said it, my boss understood it and laughed for probably 10 minutes. So
oh my God.
it was a great...
That's even worse.
It was
I get it. You're a total prick, but yeah, right. I get it.
Yeah. It was a good moment. It was a good moment. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So 9 reasons returning to work is like heartbreak. Number 3, Andrea.
Okay. So number 3, I am a girly girl. I am. Yes. And this hour lunch break just doesn't work for me. I mean, it's hard for me to go grocery shopping, get my hair done and my nails done. I can't do it in an hour. So I'm just, like I really have time to do that on the weekend. That's not what weekends are for.
No,
it's not.
And that is discrimination at its finest.
It is discrimination. I believe so, Andy. It's discrimination.
We really need to adopt the Italian like midday siesta where they get like 2 to 3 hours off in the middle of their day.
Yeah.
To get all their stuff like handled because it's certainly different for me than it is for you.
Yeah, it is.
And I could probably handle my stuff in an hour sometimes.
But I can't.
I'm not grooming this. I'm not grooming like this takes 5 minutes in and out, right?
Yeah,
like,
this bad.
No, this isn't anything. So no, I get it, and trust me, I definitely feel.
I mean,
and I go even quicker than Andy because
Yeah, no, that's just the wax. That's just a straight wax right there. Like we'll give it a nice shine,
That's
get it out. Like that's a,
no brushing,
job taken care of. Put the hat on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're handled. All good.
You could go to the hair salon or the car wash. Whichever one has the shortest line, Kristian.
Oh, yeah. That's true. All right. Andy, number 2.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
When I get home after my first day back after a long time and realize I just want to podcast for a living, by the way, sponsorships are available. Obviously, our extended segment at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
We will do anything for money. So,
Pretty much.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Just saying, good pods, we'd really
hasn't given us a single dime to put that logo up there.
Not
a dime.
Not a dime. Or Muddy River Tactical, just
still no money there. Yeah, we've given them more money than they've given us. So
that's true. And we got PayPal. We got it all.
Yes.
There's all sorts of things. Really need this. Okay. because I don't want to go back to work. I walk 8 to 10 miles a day at my job. It sucks. Yeah, I know. All right, so let's go. Where's
number one?
Sound effects. Well, I'm working on it because
all right, good job. You're doing great. Great job. Yeah. First day back. It's okay. Great job. Doing a wonderful job. How about that, Kristian Random, everybody?
He's great.
The number one reason returning to work is like heartbreak. No matter how humiliating, demoralizing, or how cheap it makes you feel, you're still getting paid, baby. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're still bringing in the bank. That's all I'm saying.
Anything for money. Anything.
It's all
hey.
Money. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. All right. Well, there. See, that was somewhat painless. I'm going to say.
Very painless.
Yeah. But, and we had fun with it, right? We had a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Miss Andrea Woodfolk for joining us for the top 9 list.
And we got some friends checking in on the chat as well.
Yeah,
Ronald
we do.
Felix, Nicole Haynes, Erica Thomas, J77. All saying hello to Andrea.
That is the weirdest last name ever.
They do.
I'm going to say.
Yeah, they love me.
It's a bit awkward. Sandy J77. No offense, but it kind of sounds like a hand cleaner. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But we love you either way, and we're glad to have you. And Brenda Thomas checking in. Yeah,
Woo!
Getting hot. Andrea.
It's getting hot. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Does that make you run, dude? Yeah. Oh, and Terry, TP Porter. Let me guess what the TP stands for. I'm gonna say Terry Porter. Not. I'm just kidding.
Right. No. Right. Yeah. That's a solid guess right there.
And about as solid as they come, because there's, I had a very sordid past. I'm not gonna lie. So, Miss Andrea Woodfolk, welcome to the show. We are glad to have you here, ma'am.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you.
We've been waiting a while to get you on, so we're very glad to have you on.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So, Andrea, comedian extraordinaire.
You can say that.
Hey, I've seen your bits, and you are like full on energy, lady. I mean, you don't.
And that's without alcohol. That's without drugs or anything like that. It's just kind of natural. It's air.
Yeah.
The air.
But what about lots of delicious PJ's coffee? Hey, still not a dime.
Shameless plug. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, but I mean, and I'm not trying to downplay anything, but I saw a couple of your clips. And this one clip, it was like the room was like, hey, and you walked in, you were like, bam, just smack, and you, boom, and I mean, instantly that room just fired up, and it was so awesome, and it was great. And the great thing is, you weren't cussing, you weren't getting nasty, you were just going at it, you were having fun, and it was so nice to sit there and listen to you. And I laughed, and there was a few where I was just like, okay, all right, I love this moment, which is a great thing about the interweb. You can pause it, catch your breath, and then continue
and go back.
So,
yes,
because that's one thing I hated about being when I go see a good comedian. And like they're live, and you're just like, wait, repeat what you said. And I'm pretty sure my date Peter Pants, so we got to go. But it was really
you don't
funny.
Have the pause button.
Yeah. So now what and I've been looking through your bio and stuff. You've got a lot of education. What was the school you went to? It was down in Florida, correct?
Yeah, it was South Florida, University of South Florida. Yeah.
And what were you majoring in? Well,
it took me a while, but eventually I settled on sociology, which is like the study of human behavior.
Right.
So so
perfect.
Basically, just watching people. Yeah. You watch people, study them. Yeah. So I did that. Yeah, not working in that field, but
right now that led into the comedy, or
No, it didn't. Like, to be honest, I never wanted to do comedy. Like, I was just the girl in school that loved laughing. Like, anybody who went to school with me, they will always label me as the girl that laughed. So I just love laughing. And I went to school. When I got to school, within like 2 or 3 years, I pledged a sorority. So once I pledged a sorority, they noticed my, like you said, my energy. And I started to host different shows. So I would host different events, like student events on campus. And so after I started hosting, people took notice of me. And so people started to approach me and they were like, hey, have you ever thought about doing comedy? And I'm like, no, that's not my thing. I don't want to do that. Right. You know, I just enjoy like hosting. That's fine. So that went on for about 2 or 3 years. Like people would just approach me and ask me, was I doing comedy? And I'm like, no. And so I think after I graduated, I have a godmother. She was attending her church. And so she met this young lady who does showcases. Like, so she does talent showcases. So she went to her. Yeah, she does
like,
show.
Was she on the Price
showcases.
of Right or something? And she's like,
no, she wasn't one of those girls.
Number 3. I'm sorry. Okay.
No,
I know.
She wasn't that girl. But she was talking to her one day and she said, hey, you need to meet my goddaughter. She does, like, she's really funny. So the girl called me and she was like, hey, I'm doing this show and I want you to come do comedy. And I was like, no, that's not my thing. I don't do that. So she said, well, your godmother told me that you're really funny. I said, she just liked to laugh. She laughs at everything. So she said, well, no, that's not what she said. I said, well, I could do a monologue if you want to do a monologue. She said, well, no, that's not what I want. I want you to do comedy. I said, well, you know what? That famous line that we usually use. I said, let me pray about it. So I actually, but I actually ended up praying about it. So I told God, I said, well, God, you know, I don't want to do this, but if this is something you want me to do, then you're going to have to show me how to do it because I don't know anything about this. I promise you. It was like God confirmed. He said, yes, I want you to do it. So I called the girl back and I say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do it. She said, okay, I want you to do about 5 minutes. Now, 5 minutes felt like 20. I said, 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm like, I go back to God and I'm like, okay, God, this girl wants me to do 5 minutes. Like, you got to give me every joke. No joke. Literally, he starts to download these jokes. Like off the top of my head, I start getting these jokes. So I go to the event, I get on stage and I'm like pretty much mimicking what I've seen. So I watch a lot of Comic View. So I got my stool, I got a stool on stage, I got the mic, and I got a bottle of water because that's what comics do. They have water.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm up there and I just start going, like telling these jokes that God gave me. At the end of the set, the entire room stood up. Like it was like a standing ovation.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I was like,
that's incredible.
I was like, I'm so hot. I'm hot. Like this is awesome. Yeah, that's how it was, Kristian. It was like that. Like the whole room stood up. And so afterwards, I met this guy. It was the best feeling. And this was like my first time. So this guy came and he said, hey, I'm a promoter. He said, man, what you did was awesome. So he said, I have this show coming up for Christmas. He was like, I would love to have you. I say, okay, I'm there. So he said, well, how long have you been doing this? I say, this is my first night. So he was like, this your first night? I was like, yeah, but I'm great. Don't you see I'm great? So he said, yeah. So I go ahead, I tell him, I say, yeah, I'm there.
I promise you, I'm awesome.
Yeah, I'm awesome. So he was like, yeah. So he go ahead, I booked the show. So I go ahead. Now at this point, I'm not even praying to God anymore because I'm like, this is just, I'm natural. Right. So I go to the show. It's about maybe 75 to 100 people there. I get on the stage. When I tell you this was the most embarrassing moment of my life, I get on the stage and, I'm like, I'm feeling it. The crowd is there. And all of a sudden, I forget everything. My mind goes blank. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? So I'm like, oh my God, what's just happened? So some kind of way I was able to maneuver my way through the whole thing. I get off the stage. Now I'm pissed. I am so hot. So I'm pissed with God though. I'm pissed. So afterwards, I go to my car and I'm talking to God because this is how I talk to him. And I'm like, I dare you. Now, this is me talking to God. I did this for you. Yeah. But I'm mad. So I'm like, I did this for you and you embarrassed me? So now, God, I'm talking about, he could have struck me down, but he didn't.
I was going to say,
He could have, but he didn't. He had a little grace and mercy. So he told me to sit down, so I had to sit down. Yeah, but he could have, but that didn't happen. I was able to get home. I was able to ride home. So I went ahead and I stopped doing comedy for a minute. So what God did, eventually he explained to me what happened. He said, I had to remain humble because it wasn't my gift. It was his. Right. So I had to learn how to come to him. And so that was a humbling moment for me. That was a humbling moment.
Yep. But see, when we humble up, what happens?
Yes.
Yeah. It gets presented.
It comes,
right in there. And
exactly.
That's the one thing I learned a long time ago, especially when I got sober. After the third and final attempt, was the humility, learning to humble yourself before your problems and everything else, and admitting your wrongs. And once you do that, your whole life will open up. And the good things will just start coming in because you're admitting your faults and you can step up through them. And the great thing is sometimes your faults are pretty funny. So the jokes write themselves after a while. Look at this show.
That's true.
Look at this show.
See? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of ended up where I am.
Yes. And that's
incredible.
That's awesome. That is a great way to start. And then, so now you've just kind of hung with it. I know you've been all over the U.S., correct?
Oh, yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
I mean,
I've been outside of Florida.
That works. If you've traveled out of your home state, you are technically
all over.
International.
Yeah, you're international.
That's right. There you go. I dig it.
I've been to South Carolina. It was awesome in Columbia. And
it's all in the
word. I went back home right afterwards. Right. Now it says here you've worked with and opened up for like Bill Bellamy, Marcus Wiley, John Gray. I mean, these are some great names. Now, were you on tour with them, or did you just kind of happen to be at clubs where they were coming in, and so you got to open up with them?
No, they were actually on the same ticket that I was on. Like this was before, because John Gray, he's a pastor now. So before he got into ministry, he was doing comedy. Mm-hmm. And so I actually was a part of a project. He got to do it was him and several other comedians. They did like a Christian comedy type of DVD. And so I was selected to be a part of that. And so that's how I got on the I guess you could say I shared the stage with him. I did a project. Yeah, it was him, it was myself, and like maybe 3-4 other comedians on there. Yeah.
Now, how intimidating was that, knowing that you're getting recorded and you've got you're going to be seen all over? I mean, how was that? I mean, was that kind of running through your head while you're up on stage and all that? The way the whole thing happened was, it was just, how people say a miracle, like it was truly God. So the doors just opened. I submitted, I was asked to come to this conference. So it was like a comedian conference. And so when I got there, it was in Tennessee. So when I got there, you saw all of these comedians that was from, like at the time they was on Def Comedy Jam, but they had, they had kind of changed their life. So now they were more so on God's side and not so much the secular side. So when I walked in the hotel, I'm seeing all these comics that I see on TV, and I'm like, there's no way, like, God, I've been doing this for about 2 months. Spouting some stuff. Yeah,
but it's like, so I couldn't believe that he was placing me in that position with these people. And so when they got ready to do the recording, they had asked if we wanted to submit like some of our material. And so I just took a chance. I said, okay, I'll go ahead and submit it. And lo and behold, they selected me. So I get selected.
Wow.
I'm at this conference with all of these big time comedians. And the next thing I know, they had like magazine people there. So this one young lady, she came to the hotel, and she came with a she was like a news reporter type thing, doing a magazine write-up. And so I'm in like a session. I'm in this session because they was teaching you how to do your finances, how to do management. And I was in a class. So she comes in and she's like, yeah, I'm looking for Andrea Woodfolk. And I'm looking like nobody knows me here. So I'm like, you know,
you're like, there's nothing funny about this class.
So I'm like, what is she calling
my
me
lights
for? So
on in the parking lot.
Yeah, and I don't have a car here. So what's going on? So she gets me outside, and I'm like, you know, what's wrong? And she was like, no, I'm a writer for this magazine. And she said, we're here to do a write-up on you. I say, me? How did you find out about me? And she say, well, you know, my boss told me to come do a write-up on you. You know, we heard you was at this conference and you're going to be a part of the recording. And so I'm like, oh my God. But I had to remember to keep humble because, you know, my head was swelling up. I was like, God, they know about me in Tennessee. I'm awesome. You know, but no. But, you know, it was actually great. So I did the write-up. She did a write-up on me. And then we went to this we went to the concert, like the comedy concert, and that's where I saw like all these other comedians, and just to hear them giving me compliments, like because they didn't know I was a comedian. So afterwards, like, you know, people were asking to take pictures with me. They was asking for my autograph. It was it was unbelievable. It really was.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And, yeah.
But it was all God. All God.
And did you just sit there and go, because I've done that. When I was in radio, I've met people that never thought I'd meet, and I'd be like, hi, because I'm the DJ on the radio station. You're fine. And, you know, they're just like, okay, that's great. Well, here you go. Here, I'm signing this. Go away now. Go by. So, I mean, did you ever get stumbled up like that with these people or were you just like, no, what's up?
What you know? I did. Actually, I don't know if you all know, she goes by a different name now. Her name is, Small. Well, she went by Small Fry. Fry. She used to be on Def Comedy Jam, but now she's changed her. Yeah, so she's changed her name. She doesn't go by Small Fry anymore. She goes by Small Fire. And so she was actually at the showing too. She was actually videoed. And so afterwards, she saw me, and I was with a friend of mine because I had asked a friend to come along. So I'm with a friend of mine, and we're backstage. And Small Fry comes up and she's like, hey, I thought you was a news reporter all this time. I didn't know you was a comedian. And so I was like, what? So she was like, yeah, you know, you've been so quiet. I thought you was like a news reporter. She was like, look, I heard you up on stage. I mean, you were awesome. And so in my mind, I'm like, my body is like, oh my God, she's giving me a compliment. And so she walks off, right? So my girlfriend, actually, I think she's on the line, Erica. She's like, I say, oh my God, Erica, did you hear what she just said to me? And so she's like, could you stop? You don't act like that. Get it together. You can't let her see you act like that. I was like, but she gave me a compliment. Like, I can't believe it. So yeah. So it was a moment, but I didn't let her see it, you know.
Right.
I kind of like went back to the dressing room and, you know.
Back around the corner and you're like,
oh my God, yeah, it was that kind of moment.
The lady said the things about the stuff that I was in and oh boy. And So, And so,
I've had those moments.
Those are some of the best feelings in the world. Yeah, that's got to be huge. I mean, somebody that you know is very successful in the business, and they come and they go, "Hey, you know, you guys, you did a great job."
Yeah,
you know, and then they start point. The great thing is when they point out things like, you know, that you were talking about, and they're like, "Oh, and that one joke about this, that was gold." You're just
because you feel like they were really paying attention. Yeah, they weren't. They're not just saying it; they were listening. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So now you started this after your school. Now, what about your family and friends? Were they all real supportive of this, or were they just like, "What are you doing?
Well,
This
actually,
isn't not what you studied."
I know, but the good thing is, see, my father is hilarious, and he will always say that he missed his call as a
Right.
comedian. So now he's like 70 something years old, and he's a DJ.
Oh, nice.
No, for real, he's a DJ.
No.
So people actually call him, and he has equipment and everything. Like he has a little stage name. So he goes.
So he's like a club DJ kind of thing or whatever. But he doesn't
go to the club. Yeah, he's too old to go to the club, but he will go to like private parties, or if they're having
private parties.
Yeah, like even the police department. The police department will have him come in, and he'll, DJ their parties and stuff. But he enjoys doing it. But his first love was comedy. But he never did that. So now that I'm doing it, he likes to tell everybody, "Oh, she got it from me. She got it naturally." So it's like, I guess he wants to live his dream through me, which is okay. I don't mind. But yeah, he's very supportive. Yeah, but he is hilarious. He is hilarious.
And as a dad, I think, the dads are always the hams in the family, usually. I mean, it's very rare that the mother is the one. The mother's always the very stoic and, the moral compass of the family, where she's like, and dads are like, I want to tell you something. Hey, look, plastic poop. What?
Yeah. And that's just how he is.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
I'm the same way with my girls, and when they do something goofy, everybody just kind of looks at me and goes, "Yeah, it's your kid. I get it." And I'll be like, "Yeah, well, kind of." Yeah. I didn't. Okay. Yeah. No, that was me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but no, that's real cool that your pops is super supportive of you. And what about your friends, like that you're going to school? They're like, "What are you doing?"
I think they're more so, they've always saw that entertaining side of me, but never comedian. They've never seen that. So it's like, wait, hold up. Where did this come from? And that's how I know that it was from God, because it's never something that I wanted to do. And that's why I tell people, eventually, like, people would come to me and they would say, "Oh, I can do that. I can do comedy." And I'm like, okay, have at it. Like, go to amateur night. What? I'm not trying to, because this is not something I asked for. It's hard to get in a room full of people that you do not know, and you're trying to make them laugh, and then you're trying to do it in a clean way. Most people, they want to hear, kind of the nasty jokes. They want to hear that. And, when you come and I'm not giving them that, that's tough. Yeah. And so I think with my friends, most of them have been supportive, but it is something different. They've always seen that entertaining side, but it's like, man, she is really doing comedy. Like, really? Yeah. It's different.
So, and no, I get it. And, they're like, "Hey, what? Well, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to do a quick little, promotional break, as we'll call it, because it's not a sponsored break. We need money. But I'm gonna pull you off here for a second. I'm just gonna do my little promotional spot where we need money, and then I will bring you right back, and then we will continue this, because I want to ask you about a little bit more about your friends and all that. Okay. So because I'm more interested in your friends than you. No, I'm just kidding. I kid, darling. I kid. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. But yes, let's go ahead, and I'm going to take just a little quick commercial break and or promotional break. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So
yes,
I'll be right back with you, darling. And now, Andy,
what?
It's let's see, how do I do this here?
Oh,
you are right here, and I'm going to do that. There we go. Now it's just me, and it's just you. That's right. It's just us, and we're here alone. And we wouldn't have to be alone, because if it were me and you, Mr. or Mrs. Sponsor or company sponsor, you could be right here with us, and you could have a fantastic graphic just like this for Good Pods that we can put on the show for you and maybe have a little 30-second or 60-second spot of me talking professionally about your business or product on our service. Yes, that's right. On this show right here, we could do it before the show or after the show or right in the middle of the show like we're doing right now. No, but we're not doing that because you haven't reached out to us through the randomchristianshow.com. You can hit us up there or at the randomchristianshow@gmail.com and let us know what you've got and what's going on, like delicious PJ's coffee. Oh, that is good coffee. Or hey man, I got a microphone that almost got knocked over, but I got this cool company that makes custom made holsters for guns and things like that. So yeah, you could do all sorts of that kind of stuff and we could advertise it right here on the show for you. All you got to do is get a hold of us and let us know how we can help you. So hit us up, therandomchristianshow.com or the randomchristianshow@gmail.com. And let's talk. Let's do things. Let's make things happen, baby. We'll shake it up for you. Yeah, that's right. That's what it's about, baby. Yeah. Right? See here. Just like that. Right again. We have the skills. We have the technology. So bring it on, kids. Let's do it and let's have some fun. Now, speaking of fun, there's Andy, because Andy was
I need to.
Andy was brushing his teeth.
I need to write up some invoices for the mentions that we done today. So,
yeah. Oh, there we go. Well done.
I'll send them over. Yep. There we go.
Speaking of mentions, let's mention our guest, Andrea Woodfolk. Yes, comedian extraordinaire. Oh my gosh. Now, I know you don't know this, but Andy's brother, Tommy Drake, is a pretty popular comedian on the dry bar comedy circuit, as well as one of the biggest moving nightclubs in the world, Princess Cruise Lines, I believe it is.
No, Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yeah. One of the big boats that has lots of people on it. And,
but but Tommy's real claim to fame is that for a year and a half he was the opening act to Cher during her farewell tour.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, and he is also, and the only reason he got that gig is because he could also do a half an hour of clean comedy.
Yeah.
So
nice.
when his manager was called, and he got in there kind of by accident, when his manager was called saying, "Hey, we need someone to cover because Cyndi Lauper had an accident. She was going to be off for a couple days." So said, "Hey, we need someone to cover. Who do you know that can do a half an hour of clean comedy?" And Tommy was the only name on that list.
Wow.
So he got in, he did 3 dates, came off, and then when the tour re-upped, she decided to go with comedy, and
she chose him.
Tommy, yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
Wow, that is awesome. I know, right? That's a big blessing.
Oh yeah.
Right place, right time.
Always.
Oh man.
Yeah. Tommy's
well, you know that's how this business is.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be the funniest person in the world, but if you ain't in that right spot and ready to go,
you are so right.
So
that is
that
true.
was just like radio. They'd ask you, hey, this station out here and wherever, they're looking for somebody like you. Would you be interested in going? And you're like,
no.
Well, I just moved here a year and a half ago. Sure, why not? But as long as it's a bigger market, you usually make that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes when that bigger market and you don't finish signing your contract, and then you pushed one too many buttons, and then they put you back on the midnight to 6 a.m. shift. And
Kristian, it's okay. I thought we talked about this. You can get over this, buddy. It's gonna be all right. Yeah.
Wait, isn't this about my radio career?
We moved.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Andrea. We're done. Sorry, Andrea.
You have a different show now. This is your show now.
It's
completely
so cool.
in the past.
It's
there it is.
Right?
No, this is Tuesday at 4. This isn't your session.
Andrea, I apologize. I've been out on injury,
the
whole schedule is thrown off.
Yeah,
his therapist
coming
has
back
a
is the heartbreak
demeanor to me, so that's where the confusion comes in sometimes.
Okay,
so we apologize
but you're
for
back.
that. Yeah,
so now you're back on Tuesday. Yeah.
And so now, your friends and stuff, we were talking about before the show, and how you said some of them could be real supportive. Did you have friends that were just like, you can't do this? There's no way. This is not you. I mean, because and we always get the naysayers. I mean, how did you deal with them? Were you just like, maybe you're right. I mean, did they put that little voice in the back of your head where you're like, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't do
well,
this?
like sometimes people won't they won't verbally say something, right? Because we know that actions speak louder than words. So they wouldn't verbally say like, I don't think you can do that. But what they would do is come, like you have some people that are come just to see if you're gonna flop,
if you're gonna bomb,
right? If you're gonna bomb. So they're coming to actually see what happens, because they already have like their mind made up. Like, I don't think she's gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna go just to see. So I know I've had those, because you can tell, because when they come, like I have some friends, I can't say anything that's not funny. I've had some that's like they're the loudest one in the place. They like, and I'm like, come on, man, it's not that funny. I want to like really. Yeah. But you want those kind of friends that they're just supportive. They like, they're the loudest ones in the club. But then you have those that come. You can tell the ones that are coming just to come and watch, because they just have like a emotionalist face. Like they don't really get it. And it's like, well, what did you come for? You're not even. You're not even laughing. Like, just smug look. And it's
when
like,
did the jokes start? So is this the funny part of the show? Because
but the crazy part
isn't working.
But then you got the whole, like the crowd. This is the weird part. So you have the crowd, they're like hurting themselves laughing. They just laughing. But then you got like, your friends who are supposed to support you. Some of those are looking back like, what?
Like, are we supposed to be laughing too? Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So God. That's how you can tell the difference. Like, oh, okay, you just came to kind of like just kind of be nosy. You wanna, you're one of those.
So I played in a band for 20 years, and we played around at different restaurants and wineries and coffee shops and stuff. And
playing the kazoo at Shakey's does not count as being in a band.
No. So we would sometimes have to beg for some people to come out just to fill seats and stuff like that. Right. And we would get those. Like, we would get those after the show. It's like, wow, you guys are really good. What did you expect? Like, what were you expecting?
Thanks. Yeah, what was your expectation?
You came all the way out here. What would you expect us to be terrible? And then the best one was a friend. We had a friend come out that brought a friend that we didn't know. So, and the friend of a friend came up to us and like, you guys didn't suck. Like, what did you tell them? Like,
I know they had already had a conversation.
Right? Yeah.
They had. They did.
Oh God. So no, I know that pain all too well. You looking at your friends while you're doing your thing out there. It's like everybody else is having a good time, but them. And then you try to, and at that point, now, have you ever done this where you try to focus on the one person you see not laughing at your jokes and try to get them to laugh?
No, I've never done that, because that seems to it brings down my energy.
Sure.
So if you notice, there's always, pay attention to this next time you ever go to any type of comedy type show. There's always one person in the audience. I'm talking about, it doesn't matter what you say, they're gonna laugh. They're gonna enjoy themselves. So usually when I do a show, I look for that one person. Because if I can find that person, I feed off of them. And so what it does, it fuels me. Yeah. Instead of focusing on the one that has like the smug look, like, you suck, go home, you suck.
Now,
so that's what I do.
Okay. So, and now speaking of, I used to do a lot of improv comedy and, stand up, where a lot of it was suggested because the group I worked with, they wanted to go off that. And so like I'd have bits written up, I have my 5 minutes and I go out and I'd have that, in my little cards off to the side just in case, but they'd kind of introduce you and then we'd start this little conversation and do a little bit. And then like, I would nail that person because I would find somebody who'd just start laughing and then I'd focus all my energy on them and I'd start working them. And then the great thing about that though, is you find the person that's going right behind them. And then you bring them in with that person. Oh yeah. And by the way, the other person right behind you that's tying their shoe. Yeah. You need to pay attention to the lady in front of you. Now, did you do a lot of improv or anything, or is a lot of your stuff written?
Yeah, I write all of my stuff. Yeah. Okay. So no, I don't. You don't do I write all of my stuff. No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you ever been compelled, like when you're doing a set, like you're like, I'm going to break off and you go off into a little improv tangent off of one of your lines or some of your jokes that you've written? Have you ever improvised any of those to kind of make it like you feel you know what I'm saying? You feel the crowd.
You feel the crowd. Kind of changing. Yeah.
So you're like,
and I'm
gonna roll with this for a little bit.
Yeah, I have. But the fortunate thing about me is that, and this is no lie, this is all truth. I do all of my writing. So what I do is I prepare. So God, you remember I told you from the very first show I did, I felt God downloaded. So he's been doing that. So he gives me my jokes. I give him, and sometimes I could just be riding in the car and it's just a conversation between me and him. He's really funny. If people would just get a chance to know him, he is really hilarious. Like he really is. And he gives me all my material. But what he will do sometimes, and this used to startle me a little bit because I'm just so as a matter of fact type of person. So it's taken me a while to kind of break away and just really be free on the stage. So now what he does, if I'm on stage, sometimes he'll take me a different direction. And it's like, whoa, wait, hold up. I wasn't expecting that. But I've learned how to go with it because my jokes, and I've got a lot of criticism because my jokes aren't those typical church type jokes. So I talk about real things in life. I talk about marijuana. I talk about I talk about sex, so people have had a hard time in the church. I get a lot of criticism because they'll say, oh, well, I don't think that was appropriate. And it's like, well, you don't have to have me come back. I mean, it's not that. It's not that hard.
The thing is, and we just had a Pastor Philip O'Reilly on last week. Okay. Amazing pastor with great messages all the time. And he will go off on tangents, but he brings in real world things like that. He'll bring in sex. He will bring in, drinking. He'll bring in people smoking and, how they justify smoking a cigar compared to a cigarette, and he does it in a way where it's poignant, it's proving a point, but he will do it. And he doesn't realize he's doing it half the time because he makes it funny. And you start laughing with him about the absurdity of what he's talking about. And you're like, oh, wow, I've actually done that. Okay. Yeah. And, but it makes you think. And that's the whole point. And that is God channeling through and going, hey, listen, I'm God. I created the platypus. You don't think I can't be funny? I can be funny. Let me tell you. I made a kangaroo. It's a giant rat with a pouch. Okay? And it carries stuff around in its pouch. Okay? So who's writing the jokes now? So
that is so true. Yes.
God is hilarious.
And he is hilarious.
He will crack you up and make you pay for it if you don't laugh. So trust me.
I had a friend of mine. He listened to one of my shows. This was kind of like in my early years of starting. And so I had a joke about marijuana. And so now he told me after he watched the show, he said, Andrea, I don't think that was really appropriate. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, you told the joke about marijuana. And I said, I don't understand what's the problem. He said, well, the Bible, God tells us that we have to obey the laws of the land. I said, okay, but this is the crazy part, right? He's sitting here telling me about the joke I told about marijuana.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna give his name, but I'm sitting in the car with him, and he's packing marijuana to sell it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's high.
Like,
right.
Really?
Yep.
Like, you telling me it's not appropriate, but you're sitting here, I'm seeing you bag it. You're bagging it up to selling it.
You're going to profit off somebody getting high, and you're judging me.
All I did.
Let me tell you something, bucko.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
Lord.
really, and do you not know I got depressed off of that? Like, I was depressed. And I was like, man, maybe I should stop. Because, we do tend to think people who are close to us, their opinions matter. They really do.
Yeah.
And so, when he said that, I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And so, I ended up getting depressed. And I remember I went to the hair salon, and the lady who owned the hair shop, she asked me one day, she said, are you okay? Because you seem like you're a little depressed. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. So she was like, well, no, what's wrong? And so I went to tell her, I told her about what happened. And so she said, you know what? That's your fault. And I say, my fault? How is it my fault? Yeah. And she said, because you labeled yourself as a Christian comedian. She was like, I mean, people know you as a Christian comedian. And I was like, what's wrong with that? She was like, but did God tell you to label yourself like that? She said, you're just a comedian. Why not just be a comedian that happens to be a Christian? And you just tell jokes. And I said, oh man, I'm talking about the light bulb went off. I was like, that makes so much sense. Yeah, because people will label you, and then it's like, like him, he's like, oh, well, no, that's not appropriate. You shouldn't be telling that. But why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a part of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no, it fills and any of those titles sort of immediately, throws up an expectation of what you're supposed to be watching. And when it differs from, oh, this isn't Christian comedy, it's like where so it throws you off. But then if you just keep it general and say, hey, no, I'm a comedian, then I'm a comedian. you could tell any joke about anything and it works. It
works.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be, and I know everybody poo-poos Bill Cosby and all that, but you know what? That man was a genius about talking about life and talking about the funny things, because they were all real and they were all things that we've experienced. And who was another? There was some other.
He did it in such a clean way. Sinbad was like that too. You remember Sinbad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. He was like that too.
And the thing about it is, I know there's some people that, and granted, there are Christian comedians where they are talking about, they will use Bible lessons and make it comedic. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is great. And that's fine. But, you are blessed and you want to bring God into the world through your comedy and stuff like that. But you do, Michael Jr. is another.
Yes, he is. Example. I forgot about him. Yeah. He's really good.
I mean, he works in the word of God, which is great. Yeah. And I love him for that, because he does these little, it's like you're sitting there and you're laughing and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so true. And then he turns around and turns it into a Bible lesson. You're
Bible
like,
lesson. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh man. He's so right. I mean, you're like, wow, okay, thank you, God. All right, I get it. I know where you're going with this. I got it.
Yeah, it was a setup.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it catches you so off guard, and you're just like,
it catches you. Exactly. So, yeah.
But that's the great thing, because you wake up and you go, oh, wow, I guess that is true in the Bible. Wow, maybe I should go back and go back and maybe study a little bit more of this. All right. So listen, there's still so much I wanted to talk with you about, because I see you've done acting, you've been in movies. We've got still so much to cover with you and so little time. And
so we might need to do a part 2.
I think we're going to have to do a part 2.
A part 2?
Would you be willing to come back to us and join us again?
Of course. I feel so loved.
Yes.
Because I'm sure everyone doesn't get this privilege. Part 2 with me.
Oh, no.
Hey, yeah.
Well, unless
we
they
must.
pay us, Andrea.
Yeah, right.
We are a struggling live stream podcast show. This doesn't just happen like that. Plus, look at all the makeup I have to put on to look, 56.
Yeah, just so the camera doesn't wash them out, and the lights and everything.
Yeah, they shine.
That's a 3-hour that's a 3-hour process just to get them to show up on camera. Really.
Yeah.
So,
it's really an 8-hour process just to get me in here on time. So
right.
Wow.
But no, we would absolutely love to bring you back on here and talk some more about not only your comedy, but your acting. I mean, you've got a lot of things going on. Your degree in sociology. I think that's one of the greatest things in the world, that you kept pursuing your education, and which it totally reminded me of the Mel Brooks movie History of the World Part 2 or Part 1, where he's Greek full, he's like, oh, I'm a philosopher. And he goes to get his unemployment check. And she goes, so occupation? He goes, philosopher. She goes,
stand-up philosopher.
Yeah, stand-up philosopher. And she goes, bullshit artist.
Bullshit artist. Yeah. Did you bullshit last week?
And it's like, really? Yeah, okay. It's philosophy. Yeah, it is. So yes, let us bring you back on, please. We want to bring you back on. So let's do that. But before you go anywhere,
alrighty,
we have what we like to call the random questions of insanity. We really got to get a sounder for this.
I will keep working on that. I know I say that every time we do this. But
I actually have a recording studio where I do voiceover work. I guess I could probably make something that I could have you add to the soundboard that I'm not very confident at using, but makes people laugh. So that's the funny part. And hello, Patsy Ann. I'm sorry, Patsy Ann is one of our regular viewers, and I forgot to acknowledge her earlier. She is just a wonderful, sweet lady that we love her so much. But so do you want to play Random Questions of Insanity? Too bad you ain't got no choice.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. So, and I think the first one will apply to you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We're gonna throw it out there. It's two of our staple questions that we throw at people. What is the best James Bond film?
James Bond.
Yep. Yep.
Moving on.
Yeah.
That's okay.
James Bond.
That's an acceptable answer. We will accept that answer.
That guy that's like a spy. That one. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the guy with the bad teeth and he goes, "Yeah, baby, yeah." Yeah. That's it.
Matrix.
All right.
So funny.
Ronald gets it. Goldfinger. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Ronald, your answer is acceptable. All right. So our other one, which is our one of our most favorites, it is, what is your favorite sandwich and what all is on it? So you're making Andrea's favorite sandwich that is your favorite sandwich in the whole world, from bread slice to bread slice, describing everything. What is it?
Okay, so you may not know what this is because I run into this problem all the time. I was raised on this lunch meat called liver cheese. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Can't look at Kristian. See, I told you. No, but it's really called liver cheese. And I don't even think they're selling it anymore. And I'm so hurt. I'm distraught. But it's like liver cheese. It's like this brown lunch meat. And I eat it on white bread, right? With ketchup and a little mayo. It's a very acquired taste. But, me and my siblings was raised on it. And it's so delicious. It's like delicious.
I was gonna say, is it like liverwurst?
Or is it in the same?
Yes. But they used to call it liver cheese.
Yes.
That's it, Kristian.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But and now what all did you put on it again?
Well, on white bread.
Liver cheese. Okay, white
bread.
Okay.
Some ketchup.
Ketchup, yes.
And a little mayo.
Okay.
It's great.
I have had that sandwich that you're talking about, and it's not bad. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but a lot of people can't, the taste of it. Like I said, it's an acquired taste, but we was raised on it. Me and my siblings, so we love it. We love it.
Okay. My mom actually introduced me to that. And I'm thinking it's kind of a Southern thing. Because my mom was originally from Arkansas, and I will tell you, because liver cheese or liverwurst is not the best smelling. I will tell you that. I'm not going to especially on a hot summer day. But the ketchup and the mayo is key. And
it's key.
Which I was looking at my mom. I remember being a kid and going, what are we about to eat? And she's like, oh no, you're gonna try it. You know how moms are. You're gonna try it. And I'm like,
and you're gonna like it.
And I remember going, wow, this is not too bad, Mom. And inside my head, but the rest of me was going, can I ask you to get some more Kool-Aid, please? Yeah. And yes, Corey Hall, it did used to be. They do make it, but yeah, it's a rare find now.
It's a rare find. Yeah, Walmart used to have it, but I don't even see it in Walmart anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I will start with one of our other questions. What's better, ding dongs, ho hos, or Twinkies or fruit pies?
Oh my God, none of that. I think sweet sucks.
Okay. That's an acceptable answer
correct.
As well. Yeah.
You are correct. Oh, we need a ding 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 sounder.
Well, I'll work on that as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, Andrew.
Yeah. So if you could interview a famous person for a half an hour, who would you choose?
It probably it's. I mean, it's quite a few people, but what pops into mind right now is my goddad. He doesn't know that I'm his goddaughter, but TD Jakes, he's my goddad.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I would want to speak with him. I mean, just the wisdom that he has. Like when he speaks, it seems like the world just kind of opens up, like the knowledge and the wisdom that he holds. It's just amazing. I would just want to sit there with my plate and just, really just have a nice time. Just have
take it all in.
With him. Take it all in. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
good answer.
Man, yeah, that's a really good answer. Yeah. Hold on. No, that gets this. That gets a full on. Yeah. Patsy Ann, I think
that's a no-brainer. Patsy Ann, she's got a little Captain America thing, so she said for Chris Evans. That's of course. Of course.
Wow. Now I feel like any question I ask after this is just going to be trivial and stupid. Well, welcome to the show.
Sweet. All right. I broke the segment. Yes. Yes. Love it when I do that.
All right. So just because I know Andy hates this question, if you had to choose to save the world, would you choose Iron Man or Batman?
Batman. I just like his outfit.
It just looks cool. Iron Man looks way cooler. Just saying. All right. Andy, okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us another thought-provoking, deep question that will make all the other ones look trivial and
No. I'll dial it back for this one.
Thanks.
What was your favorite toy as a child?
My favorite toy.
She's gonna have this deep answer.
No, I used to love the hula hoop. The hula hoop.
Okay.
Yeah, the hula hoop. I love the hula hoop. But if you ask me about a game now, I love Hungry Hippos. That game with the
Right? Oh yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh no, Hungry Hippos.
Yes.
Awesome. The biggest
It's awesome.
The biggest panic game ever. You're just like, and there's no strategy to Hungry Hippos at all. It's just like how fast
No,
you
it's
hit
just
that
like,
thing.
you get the thing to get the ball. Yeah,
Like,
it's so awesome.
Somebody on Adderall discovered that game and just made it. They're like, hey, you're doing those more. Yeah. Okay, dude. Okay, we get it. You're a Hungry Hippo. We're good. Hey, testing of the game's over. We're selling it. We're just giving it to kids who have had way too much Kool-Aid. Way too much Kool-Aid, Bob. All right. Okay, one more question from me. You have 30 seconds to tell the world something. What is it?
I think the best way to say it is the song with T.I. and Rihanna. They sing this song about live your life. But I would say live your life, but do not live it without God. Take him everywhere you go. Make him a part of it because he knows your purpose. He knows the very reason why you're here. But enjoy life, but just don't enjoy it without him.
There. That's it right there. Not without him. Excellent.
Don't enjoy it without him. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. God. Now I feel trivial and superficial.
Say superficial.
I got one quick question. I was very intrigued by this, and yes, Matt, it'll just take a moment. The name Baby Girl of Comedy.
How did it come about?
Yeah, I want to know because you just go by Andrea Woodfolk now, but were you like a little extra sassy for a while or something? You were just like,
well, I do believe the name came from God, and I felt what he was saying. Like in a family, the baby girl or the baby boy, the baby of the family, they pretty much get, they get a little bit more attention. Not that there's more love, but they get a little bit more attention because they need that. They're the baby of the family. So when God was asking me to do comedy, I felt like he was saying, you're the baby girl of comedy. Like this is something new for you. I'm going to have to walk you through this thing like a baby. I wasn't trying to be in anyone else's lane. I respected, how long they had been doing it. And it's like, I just want to be in my little spot and just learn and just mature and grow through it. So that's what it was. It was like baby girl of comedy. I'm just a baby girl. That's all. I'm not trying to be more. I'm just a baby girl.
No, that is awesome. And I love it. So I thought there might be some more, develop like somebody who came up and they're like, oh no, you're the baby girl coming. I was like, oh, but no, that's very sweet. And I like that. Why? Well, you should use that more often then.
Yeah, but I think God is just taking me. I've been using it for years. And it's like now I think he's just taking me like another route where he wants me to just use my name because I'm doing more now. So I'm doing so many other things. So maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know.
Well, and that's why we have to have you back on because we need to talk about all these other things that you got going on. So let's definitely get you back on. And man, I can't wait to do that. We are so excited and so glad that you came on with us. Thank you so much, Andrea.
You are so welcome. I'm glad you had me.
Pure
Wonderful
joy.
to meet you. So
you got any? You got any shows coming up?
I want to have some coming up, Kristian. So, hey, just go ahead, call me, get in contact with me. I do have like a couple of family reunions coming up next month, and I have a couple of speaking engagements next month. So they haven't
if somebody
paid
wants
yet.
to get a hold of you. Welcome to our world.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So now if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, I try to keep everything simple. So on Facebook, it's Andrea Woodfolk. I'm just starting my TikTok page. It's going to be Andrea Woodfolk. Instagram is Andrea Woodfolk. I have videos, some clips on YouTube, Andrea Woodfolk. So we just keep it simple. But on YouTube now, you can also put in Baby Girl of Comedy, and it'll still come up with some clips, like there's some old clips up there. Yeah.
That's how I discovered it, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
There was a lot of clips on there. So. And you are just so absolutely funny and so entertaining. I love it. Thank you so much. God bless you. We're so glad to have you on this show.
Thank you.
All right. There she goes. Oh my gosh. She's so awesome. God, and just the energy is so
you
great.
Can feel it.
I mean,
no, you can feel it
yeah.
just from even over, an online interview, you get it.
Yeah.
Like you get it, which is great.
And like I said, there was just this one clip, and it was ironic because it was the first one I saw, and she walks into just a dead room, and I'm like, oh man, this either way, because I've been there, and I've done that kind of thing too. But it was just, I was like, oh, I hope this isn't going to be something. And she just lit up, and the whole room followed right behind her, and I was just like, oh, she's good.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun. And just, and it was only like a 4-minute clip, and I was like, oh, it's
right.
it was just one of those things. So I can't wait to get her back on.
I know that's part 2 is gonna be great.
Wow, that was great. Oh man, she's awesome. All right, so well, we got all sorts of other things going on. I was gonna do this little thing that I want to call where'd it go?
Did you
random rants from me? And I'm kind of debating whether I want to do it because the show's been really fun, and it's kind of a serious thing. And
why don't we hold off on that till next time? Unless you absolutely need to get it out today.
Well, I kind of announced on Facebook that I'd address it, but
now you're beholden to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and kill the energy, Kristian. Go ahead and kill
I know. That's I don't want to do that.
No, that's okay. You've already brought me down. Now I'm depressed. I was happy when Andrea was here. I'm depressed.
It's not a down. I'm just
put me out of my misery.
And Ronald St. Felix, thank you so much. We're so glad that you enjoyed the show, and make sure you tell your friends, like, follow, subscribe, review. What else can I say? Hey, next week we've got Kenny Lee Lewis from the Steve Miller Band. He is the guitarist and bassist, current bassist right now.
Yeah,
that'll be next week at 4-ish Central Time. And then after that, which this one I'm very excited about because I keep bantering with him on his TikTok page, John Bannockburn. I almost screwed it up again. He is the TikTok chiropractor, and now everybody's taking Andy's side.
Naturally.
Oh man, we might as well bring Matt in too, so everybody can take.
Well, this is good because we get the full frowny face of Matt as you try to do this bit.
Oh no, I'm letting it ride till next week. I'm just gonna let it ride, right, Matt? And then Matt's off. There we go. So no, John Bannockburn, he is the TikTok chiropractor. He is awesome. It's actually going to be on the 21st, which is actual National Go Skate Day, which is everybody's supposed to go out and ride their skateboard on the 21st, which is a couple Tuesdays from now. But he's going to be on. He does such fun stuff, and he gives all these great tips on chiropractic procedures to help people out. And he's just a great guy, fun guy. Can't wait to get him on. So that's going to be awesome. And then after that, comedian Maggie Mayfield to end out the month. So we're very excited to have her on. She's actually going to be coming to Kansas City. If you go to her page, you'll see where she's touring around. She's all over the Midwest right now. So
cool.
Gonna be a lot of fun. So anyway, I think I always say end on a high note, right?
Hey.
Yeah. With the Dead Campers.
That's right.
Bringing us out, bringing us in, bringing us out, and moving us on. Rum and Regrets this week. What do you got going on there, Andrew?
So yeah, we're gonna jump back in. We're gonna talk Kenobi and The Boys, which have been streaming on Disney and Amazon. So we were doing so good. We didn't bring up Star Wars once during this podcast, but you had to ask. So we are talking Star Wars on my other podcast.
So that's what it's there for.
Exactly.
Right.
It's my podcast, not yours. So take it.
Yes, Patsy.
Don't push me away.
I'm not. I'm pushing the Star Wars reference.
No, I'm bringing it back. I'm pushing it back. Take that back. Take it back.
Oh, man. Yes, and Baby Yoda bits. All right. Well, listen, so very excited about that. Yeah, Rum and Regrets on the old interweb. Go to Good Pods. Where's our good friends at Good Pods? Where's that graphic
Not
that
a
you could have
dollar.
not a dime, not even a penny from Good Pods. But you know what? They are a great platform to have
Absolutely.
and listen to podcasts. So make sure you check them out. Hey, let's not forget this. We are on a Roku channel called Associates Productions. And if you go there and check them out, you will see our show. We were one of the first ones on that channel. So you got Roku, go to Associates Productions, check us out. Still not one dime from them, but they like us and they put us on their channel.
High definition.
Yeah, right. Or be like Andrea's friend and put us on
high definition. Wow, that was a creepy face. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no bathroom cookies. No.
No bathroom cookies. Stay away from the bathroom
If
cookies.
you eat the bathroom cookie, do not look anybody in the eye.
No, that's the best part.
That's my tip. That's my tip. No eye contact. Until then, though, like I said, Kenny Lee Lewis next week from the Steve Miller Band. He will be with us, joining us and rocking out. We got some other great people lined up. I'm just going to hint this. Probably one of the greatest, most innovative skateboarders out there. Could be joining the show here soon. We are working on him. Kristian, just saying. So that's a very, very good possibility. We got some other great musicians and things coming up. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe anywhere you're listening to us or following us. Join the crowd and be cool like the rest of us and help us out. All right. In the meantime, until next week, peace out, kids. We love you. Be good. And remember, God loves you.